Hello. I'm so happy that you're here. I just wanted to take a little bit of time to help you relax and let go of anything that might be worrying you right now. There are so many things that we worry about, and sometimes when we lie down in bed at night, it's hard to let go of those things and give our bodies and our minds the rest that they need. So now I want to take this time for you to help you get into that calm and peaceful place where you can let go and rest. So go ahead and get in a comfortable position. If it's the morning or the afternoon and you just need a little time to wind down between things, you can sit in a chair or maybe lie down on the sofa. Or if you have enough time, you can even lie down on your bed. If it's nighttime, go ahead and lie down in bed and make yourself comfortable. Get in your most comfortable position. That might be on your back or on your side. Either way, I want you to know that nothing interesting is going to happen on the screen. I'm not even going to do any interesting hand movements or face brushing or touching or anything tonight. It's just some talking. So please do feel free to close your eyes. I'm going to close mine for a minute too, because it really does help. All right. So what we're going to start with are a few deep breaths. It's the best way to start. Breath is one of the most basic things that we have to heal ourselves and regulate ourselves, and it's always there and available. So we're going to take 5 deep breaths together, and for these breaths we're going to breathe in for a count of 6 and out for a count of 6 with no pause in between. We're just going to let the air circulate. And you might want to think of those 6 breaths as 3 into the stomach, 3 into the chest, and then 3 out from the stomach and 3 out from the chest. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can breathe however is comfortable for you, however you feel most relaxed. You don't have to think about it. Now, we're going to talk about just a few things that can sometimes weigh on our minds, but we're only going to talk about them so that we can let them go. Sometimes we might be worried that we aren't doing enough. Do you ever feel that way? I know I do sometimes. We can tend to put so much pressure on ourselves to be producing, putting things out into this world. I always come back to the saying that we are human beings, not human doings. So sometimes, probably most of the time, it really is okay just to be. You don't have to think about what anybody else is thinking about you. You don't have to think about others' expectations. And a lot of times, what we think of as hopes or expectations that others are putting on us are actually expectations that we're putting on ourselves. But either way, I want you to give yourself permission right now to take a break from any expectations. Just let them go for now. In this present moment, what you're doing is relaxing, and that is very important. When you don't take time to relax and recharge, then you don't have the energy to do anything else. Sometimes we can get into cycles of busyness and we start feeling trapped or overwhelmed, and this is how we can break the cycle. I was feeling overwhelmed the other day, and a friend of mine said, make sure that you give yourself small little breaks or treats along the way, even if that is just that you're going to go outside and look at a flower or a tree and take 8 deep breaths. That can be a reward for yourself, just like this time of closing your eyes and letting things go is a little reward for yourself. And when we do those things, when we take a pause, it lets us just be for a moment. And that is so important. You are just yourself. You're not any expectations that are on you. You're not the things that you produce. You're not the jobs that you get done. You are a precious human being, living this life, and the most basic things that you have to do are breathe, feed yourself nourishing foods. You need to have love. You need to be giving love and receiving love. And that can even be something that you're doing right now with me, because the practice of love takes many forms. I appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate that you're watching this video, and I hope that you feel some love coming your way right now. And don't forget to give yourself a little love too. You can even give yourself a little hug. Touch is so wonderful. Even self-touch is very healing. So go ahead and just give yourself a little love right now. You can hug yourself. If your arms are down by your sides, you can even kind of squeeze your thighs into yourself. Just give yourself a little bit of that squeezing love. And let yourself know that you are here right now. You can take a deep breath and smell the scents around you. You can feel the material that you're sitting on. If you're sitting up and your feet are on the ground, you can feel the ground beneath your feet. If you're lying down, you can feel the support of what is beneath you. If you like, you can even open your eyes for a moment and just take a look around the room and realize that you're part of this space, part of this world. And when you close your eyes, that's still the same. You inside and you outside. It's sort of a fluid thing, right? Our eyes, our ears, our mouths, our noses, we have these openings into the world. The world comes in and out as we breathe and look and listen and smell and taste. And we're so lucky to just be humans here, even if it's only for a little while. We get to have this human experience and be part of this world. Sometimes our worries can take the form of worrying about a physical problem that we might be having, something that's wrong with our bodies. Our bodies are precious and important to us, and we want to take good care of them. I hope right now that you will let yourself love your body with all of its usefulness, with all of the things that it does. You know, you are your body. Your body is you, and we are at work in our bodies. But sometimes little things go wrong, and that's okay. That's also part of the human experience. But at this moment, I hope that you will give yourself a break sometimes, especially when something is bothering us about our bodies, either just something that we don't like about ourselves or something where maybe we're experiencing pain or just anything that worries you about your body. We tend to disconnect from our bodies a little bit. But I want you to let yourself love your body. If your body is in pain, I want you to, for a moment, go ahead and think about that part of your body that is affected. Breathe while thinking about that part of the body. Let's take 3 breaths and imagine that the air that you're breathing in, the good healing breath, is going straight to that area of the body. So go ahead and just 3 times deeply breathe into that part of the body. Let's do that together. Great. Allow that part of the body to know that it is treasured and important, that it is not deserted or abandoned, and that it will be taken good care of. And then let yourself just not think about it too much. It's good to give ourselves love. Sometimes we can go from loving to obsessing a little bit. I know that I can. Or worrying, projecting into the future what a present pain might mean. But right now, you don't need to worry about that. Right now, you're just the way you are at this moment. And you don't have to worry about the future even a little bit. All right. Sometimes also, especially when it's late at night, I know this happens to me, I can worry about the fact that I'm not asleep. So if that's the case for you right now, if you're worried that you're not relaxing enough, if you're worried that you have too much going on in your mind and you're not able to fully give in to the relaxation or to let go in order to sleep, I want to let you know that that's okay. It's okay. It's all right if you're not relaxed. It's all right if you're not asleep. Sometimes we have to remember that things just are what they are. This is the truth of the moment. So if it's late at night, I want you to not worry about how much time is left before you have to get up, because that's not going to change anything, okay? Right now, you're doing the perfect thing. You're just listening and you're focusing maybe on something other than those rotating thoughts. So, for now, it's okay that you're not asleep. And you know what? If it's late at night and your body has decided, you know what? I'm not going to sleep right now. Okay. Give yourself a little break, maybe from the bed. After this video, go ahead and even just stand up and stretch. If there is something on your mind, you could sit up and write it down on a piece of paper, that thing that keeps going through your brain. Or if you want to do something even a little more radical, you can get up and take a little, walk through the house in the dark and just let yourself be peaceful there in your safe home, in your safe place. And sort of break that cycle of lying there thinking. If you want to, you could even start your day. It won't hurt you to do that once. If you feel like you need to do that, that's okay. But the other thing you can do if you want is just use this video as the thing that breaks that cycle. You might even want to encourage your body to yawn. You can give yourself a big stretch and relax. And just close your eyes. If you start to feel sleepy, you're welcome to go to sleep. Okay? So, of course, we're not going to cover everything that we might be worrying about. There are too many things, and it's hard to stop worrying, but sometimes what we need is a distraction. So, what I'm going to give you right now is just a short guided meditation, a little story where we're going to take a little boat ride. And if you want to fall asleep in the boat, feel free to do so. All right? So, let's begin. Okay. Let yourself relax. All right. You're walking down a path, and all around you is the spring forest. It's beautiful. You can hear birds singing in the trees and squirrels jumping from branch to branch. And in the understory, there are mosses so soft and dark green and rich with the spring. There are little purple flowers, violets. There are clover, white and pink, and they smell wonderful. And there are little yellow flowers, dandelions and buttercups. There are even patches of daffodils that have sprung up here and there, as well as some purple and white crocus. You walk through looking at all of these beautiful things and breathing in the spring scent. You walk down the path, and there's something glittering in the distance. You approach that little glitter, and you see that it's the sun reflecting off of a lake. It's a beautiful lake, a seemingly endless lake. And there's a short dock. You walk out onto the dock, and you hear the boards creak pleasantly under your feet. Tied to the end of the dock is a small boat. aren't any oars in the boat, but it's a beautiful little boat. It's clean and white, and it looks very inviting. In the bottom of the boat is a cushion, and you think, I feel like this is for me, and it is for you. So you go ahead and you lower yourself carefully into the boat. It rocks a little with the weight of your perfect body. It's just the right size for you. You sit down on the cushion and make yourself comfortable. And you plan to just sit there and kind of feel the gentle, very almost imperceptible movement of the lake below you. You close your eyes and you feel warm because the sun is shining on you. And you lie there just listening to the sound of the water splashing gently against the side of the boat. You can still hear the birds in the forest and wind in the trees behind you. But as you lie there, it seems to be growing a little farther away, a little farther away, a little farther away. And you open your eyes just slightly against the sun and the glitter of the water, and you see that the rope that was holding the boat has unwound from the dock, and you are floating out into the lake. But you don't feel worried, because there's nothing to worry about. You know that this is perfectly safe, and that you're meant to be here. This is exactly where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. So you close your eyes again, and you let the boat just float you out onto this perfectly peaceful lake. When you get a little farther along and a little farther along and a little farther along, you open your eyes again and you look up into the sky above you, the blue sky with white clouds. The clouds are so beautiful and fluffy and white. The perfect spring sky. And a heron flies over. You like watching the huge full wings moving, the very articulated flap of the heron's wing, with its long legs following it behind. And you watch it cross your vision. And then you follow it as it dives down and it grabs something out of the water. The heron comes back up and it flies again over your boat. And whatever it was that it had caught in the water, it doesn't want it. And it drops it. The object lands right on your lap, but you're not startled because you saw it coming. You pick it up and you see that it is just a shiny leaf. The heron must have mistaken it for a fish, but it's a beautiful green leaf. You take a moment and you look at it, at the lovely veins that run through the leaf like its own fingerprint. It reminds you of all the trees that you've stood under, all the times that you've taken walks outside or been in a peaceful place in the forest. It reminds you of climbing trees, and it reminds you of picking flowers. So many good memories. You bring it to your nose and inhale. It smells so fresh and green and living. It looks a little bit like a small boat, and so you take the leaf and you set it in the water next to your boat, and off it floats to go on its own adventures. carries you all the way across the lake, 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 to the other side. You keep your eyes closed until you feel gently the boat connecting with land. The land holds the boat for you. You open your eyes and you sit up. The boat is resting against a green shore, a green mossy shore, and it's quite secure there. It's made its way, tucked itself into a little mossy space, a little cove almost, just the right size. And you see that there is a dirt path going up from this area. So you gently step out of the boat and you follow the path. It goes up a hillside, and on the top of the hill is a small house. And the door is open, so inviting. And from the house you can smell the scent of something freshly baked. And you feel that the smell is saying, "Come in." And so you do. You go into the little house, and there on a table in the kitchen of this small, cozy little house, with the bright sunlight streaming in, hitting the table, right in that sunlight, you see a glass of cold water and some fresh baked bread with butter and jam on the side. You know it's for you, because all of this is for you, just as it should be right now. And you sit down and you put what you like on the bread, and you enjoy that with your glass of water. And you really taste each bite and appreciate it, chewing it fully and slowly, and thinking about the grains that made the bread and the milk that made the butter and the fruits that made the jam, thinking about all of the good things that we enjoy because we are experiencing being humans in this world that we share with plants and animals and rocks and all sorts of wonderful things. And then after you've eaten, you get up and stretch yourself, enjoying the feel of your muscles releasing and tightening. And you see that there is a comfortable looking sofa. You go over and you lie down on it and close your eyes. And you let yourself gently and quietly think any thoughts that come through your head. Everything is welcome. Any thoughts or feelings that come right now, they are okay. You can just look at them and acknowledge them and let them pass right through. Pass right through. They just pass right through. And slowly you sink deeper and deeper into the comfort of that sofa. You sigh a little, releasing anything that you need to release. And you sink a little deeper into that sofa. It feels so lovely, and you feel safe and calm and held. And you sink a little deeper into that sofa. And you just let yourself drift, whether it's off into sleep or relaxation. Either one is fine. There's no hurry. There's nothing to think about. Just being yourself where you are right now. I hope that you feel very relaxed. I hope that you're able to stay calmly in this state of relaxation for as long as you want. Feel free to lie here with your eyes closed for as long as you feel you need, or to sleep here. And when you're ready to wake up, you can do so. And the little boat will be waiting to carry you back across the lake.